6:48 in Friday Sunrise Smart Start. We begin with breaking updates from overnight. This hit and run in Rochester right outside the Genesee Brew House.
The latest video we bring to you now, this scene on St. Paul where a car collided with a semi-truck. Police tell us they got this call just before 3:15 this morning when the driver, the reportedly now damaged Nissan, as we showed you, it hit that trailer as it was pulling out onto St. Paul. The driver reportedly ran from the scene, though the truck driver, luckily, not injured.
That scene has since been cleared up as we take a live view this morning. Sunrise traffic for the Friday morning commute over downtown. Everything at speed there. 490 crossing over the river on the east side. An issue near the Browncroft exit on 590 southbound where we typically see some issues later on, but some slowdowns there. Now we'll take another look at sunrise traffic in about half an hour. For now, the radar with James and right on cue, right over the city, just about heavy downpours.
Yeah, city, if you're coming out of maybe Rush and you drive into the city along 390, that is a wet drive right now. You could see it there. Even seeing some reds on radar and satellite telling us that it is coming down in buckets across Henrietta. Really that extends over into Chili. Getting some good heavy rain. Churchville, you're in it as well. Parrington, just about everybody, right? Gates, it's raining pretty heavily. That's going to work its way up into Greece. Eventually Webster, going to get some good rain out of this as well. So just be prepared for that on that morning commute. Wait a few hours and then we see some dry time actually as we get through the afternoon. It is breezy as well. We'll glance at the weekend at the end of the show. Brendan McHale.
Thank you, James. A closer look at some recent changes to the Food and Nutrition Service focused on buying some healthier options for shoppers who use WIC, that federal program there.
Affects a lot of families here. Aran Spitzer has what you need to know. Aran.
First and foremost, the change will provide more money monthly for the cost of fruits and vegetables. WIC helps low-income families afford groceries, and at least 11,000 people in Monroe County use the program. With the new changes, shoppers relying on WIC will start to see more vouchers for healthier foods. Health experts say the focus on these better options will help families get proper nutrients into their diet.
Fruits and vegetables provide vitamins, minerals that we need for all of our bodily functions and are really important for developing brains and muscles and organs during pregnancy, and then really support the development of a child when they're really growing the fastest. And we certainly focus on brain development, which is super important because children's brain cells are dividing the fastest when they're the youngest.
With this change, however, there will be a reduction of monthly allowances for items like juice and milk. We're told, depending on the recipient situation, they could receive up to $52 a month. The vouchers will be available starting June. Guys, back to you.
All right, Aran, thank you. More headlines new this morning. A reward offered now as deputies keep up this search for those responsible for the murder of Alyssa Taylor. The 28-year-old was shot and killed at the Trio Henrietta restaurant in December. If you have information that leads to an arrest, you are asked to please reach out now to 911 or the sheriff's office. And if that happens, it could come with a cash reward, possibly up to several $1,000s.
Rochester police searching for the driver who hit and killed a man yesterday morning before speeding off. It happened on the Driving Park Bridge, they believe around 7:15 a.m. We're told officers on the scene found the victim in the street already dead. Police do note this is the second time someone has been hit by a car in this area, and all within about a month. They're now combing through surveillance video from around the neighborhood searching for clues. But if you think that you know anything or you were driving around this area at that time, again 7:15 a.m., maybe a little earlier, investigators urge you, please reach out and help them ID this suspected vehicle.
Two teen boys have been arrested in connection to attempted murder. This case goes back to January. There was a man in his 30s in Rochester shot on Magnolia Street. He did live. Police say the victim was walking to a store when a 16 and 13-year-old came up to him. They had some sort of conversation when the teens opened fire. The 16-year-old was arrested in early March. The other teen, though, just turned himself in Wednesday night.
A special honor for Sergeant Thomas Sanfratello and his family after he died in the line of duty back in March.
His family presented with Fan of the Year, that jersey, during last night's Sabres game. It was gifted on behalf of the Sabres player Alex Tuck. Sanfratello, a 32-year veteran of the Genesee County Sheriff's Office, died while responding to a fight at Batavia Downs. In that case, 2 people faced charges in connection to his death. O.J. Simpson, whose football and acting careers were overshadowed by his mid-90s double double murder trial and acquittal has died.
That case, accusing him of fatally stabbing his ex-wife, Nicole, as well as her friend, Ronald Goldman, captivated the nation for months. Simpson later spent 9 years behind bars in Nevada for armed robbery, and this is all connected to an incident with memorabilia dealers in Las Vegas. He was paroled in 2017, then later diagnosed with prostate cancer. Simpson died at the age of 76.
A local man is working to get his family out of Haiti as the Caribbean country faces a growing humanitarian crisis. Millions there are struggling to feed themselves as armed gangs consolidate power. Stores and markets in some areas have been shut down for more than a month, and so many families are displaced by the violence. Adair Lewis, here in Rochester, owner of African Haitian Cuisine and Market, says he has not heard from his family for several days, including his 3-year-old. He says he's not sure if this is just a mix-up with a signal problem or if it could be something much worse.
It shatters my heart that I have worked so much that I can't do, anticipating and trying to do things for the community here, that my son is my blood, that I can't do the thing that as a father is supposed to do for your own kid.
His store, if you want to support him, can be found on West Main Street. He's open from 10 to 8. That is Tuesday through Sunday.
Well, turning to some other headlines here, the Boy Scouts of America gearing up for their 15th annual 21 Stories for Scouts.
If you've ever thought about rappelling down the Kodak Tower for this, could be your last chance. For now, we're told this is the last year scheduled for the event to be at the tower. No word yet on the future home of the fundraiser and what it will look like. Organizers do say over the last 15 years, more than 1,400 people have made the trek down the tower, raising more than $1.3 million. Like Liam Healy helping out recently. This is all to support these scouts who may not be able to afford things such as uniforms and their summer camp costs.
Each time you step off the Kodak Tower, it's a thrill. It challenges you to step out of your comfort zone. It makes you a stronger person. It builds character, teamwork, and allows you to explore the world from a different perspective. It brings an immense sense of joy and accomplishment to all that those rappel. And when their feet land back on the ground, I can tell you this firsthand, as being a rope volunteer at the bottom, and the smile on people's faces when they land is extraordinary.
If you're interested, they've got a couple dozen spots left to sign up. We've got a link for registration at rochesterfirst.com. And as tradition, as we just had Liam do it last year, this year, another member of the News 8 team is going to take part, meteorologist Leanne Byer.
Yeah, she can totally take that one. But, we're certainly looking forward to seeing how well she does this year. Yeah,
for sure. Final check of the weather headed out. James, you say it's coming down in buckets now.
Yeah, it's a little bit slick because of all that rain. Some spots, heavy rain ponding on roads. Watch out for that in the kind of the usual low-lying spots. This lasts through at least the noontime, then you get a little bit of a break, then another round tonight. It gets colder and colder and colder. Temperatures keep dropping. We're stuck in the 40s all day long Saturday with a mix in the morning, breezy, and then, yes, more rain showers on Sunday.
All right, thank you, James. Thank you for spending the week with us here at Sunrise. We'll see you back here in half an hour.
CBS Mornings is next. Have a great day. Fantastic weekend.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.